You know me. You know me. I would own that shit.
Andy, what are you...
Working for the pain every night and day.
Tina.
Big wheels keep on turning.
All right.
Is this the intro?
I don't know.
Apparently.
You were like...
I just wanted to stop talking about farting.
Oh, that's new.
Guys, welcome to Real Awkward, the best damn podcast you heard
today.
Thank you, Amanda. My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Ashley.
Yay! We're the three best friends that nobody listens to. We're the three best friends that nobody listens to.
A lot of people listen to us.
30 solid listeners.
I would say so. I would say 30 people listen to us on the reg.
That might be a bit generous.
And then we have all these randos that will download like hundreds of episodes.
But I'll be honest,
nowhere.
as a podcast listener, like I'll listen to a few episodes and then I fall off and don't listen for a while.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'll listen to like 2 or 3 episodes and then I'm
not consistent.
I don't think I come back.
I have no expectations.
Most podcasts are probably that way, I imagine. Except for Amanda. Amanda's a diehard. She'll listen to someone all the way through all 1,000 episodes. She just binges them.
I will get on like one show for a while and I'll listen to like ton of it, like all the time.
Right.
And then this was easier to do when I had a longer commute, where I would maybe have 1 or 2 podcasts that like I came into late, and so like I would just listen to a new one constantly. And now, because my commute's so small, I really only have 1 or 2 shows that I listen to. But it'll be like I'll listen to one show for like a solid year, and then I like won't ever listen to it again.
You listen like 5 minutes at a time during your commute.
And that's the problem is like if I'm going straight to work, I usually don't even bother putting on a podcast because it's like I don't want to just listen to 5 minutes of it.
That's
like
and most of it is just an advertisement for MeUndies or something.
Oh yes,
MeUndies. I was gonna say that's when you pull in your driveway and you do that like 15-20 minute takes you to get out of your car because you're just finishing the episode up.
Oh, I do that all the time. Honestly, like with my job, like I used to enjoy the commute home because that would be time for me to like decompress and like kind of just relax. And now that I don't have that commute at all, it's like, when do I get to turn my brain off? Like I don't have the time. Because, like, I'm at work all day, like, taking in from other people. I'm like, they dump everything on you. So then, and my brain's on at work, and I'm hungry, and I'm on my feet all day. So sometimes I get in my car at work and just sit there.
Fair.
And
it's decompressing.
Who knows? But,
I am always compressed.
Decompress,
Constantly.
man. It's like, that's when you, like, let it go. Like, okay.
I saw this thing that said something along the lines of like, if you use busyness as a way to relieve your stress, then doing nothing will feel stressful.
I feel that way sometimes.
And I'm like, that's my dad.
Yeah. He wants to go all the time. Yep.
I want to, it's like, I feel guilty if I do nothing. But like if I have a day where it's like, what'd you do today? Nothing. I feel so guilty. Yeah, but at the same time, like I recognize as a human being that like I need a goddamn break.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's really hard because it's like either I burn myself out and then I like my brain forces me to take a break, or I choose to take a break and I feel bad about it. So it sucks.
Yep. It's a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
I do have a question for you.
What?
You were like, I have something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Jeez Louise. I was letting Amanda talk about her stressful life.
No, she's going to be compressed forever.
I am going to be compressed forever.
Forever compressed.
Yes.
So, scenario. I went to the movie theater with Cam yesterday, and we saw The Haunted Mansion.
Ooh.
But there were several things that happened while I was at the theater. And I just kind of want to get your guys' take on these scenarios.
Okay.
Okay.
Hot take. By the
take.
way, somebody listened to our episode and they were like, shit take.
No, they listened to a 30-second clip that I posted on TikTok and did not like your opinion.
I know. I think it's funny though.
I thought it was funny.
That's like looking at the cover of a book and being like, shit book,
Right?
I'm out of here.
Don't like your opinions.
Don't like it.
Anywho.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
So we're in line at the concessions to get popcorn, candy, soda, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And we get to the front and the kid says, the popcorn that we were popping in this machine, it got left there for too long and it burnt. So we had to start up a new batch and we have to wait for it to pop. So he said, it's going to be a wait. We just have to wait. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And I said, that's fine. I'm not impatient. No worries. Like we'll still make it to the movie. So we stand there for a little bit. And eventually we're like, okay, let's like move to the side so he can like help more people. Even though I could tell he didn't really want to. He wanted us to stand there and like wait for it.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to. But eventually we moved to the side and there's just kind of a crowd of people who are waiting for popcorn, right? They people who have buckets that they're trying to refill or people that bought new ones. And this lady next to me, after they started like giving people their popcorn, she walks up to the guy and starts like bitching about how they didn't create like a queue system. So, or give people tickets.
I was going to say,
so
was
that
it DMV? Get
so
the
that
F
they
out of
knew
here.
who bought popcorn first.
Okay.
And my reaction to her was just like, I listened to her and I was like, okay. Like, you know, just like hearing what she had to say. And then I was like, but truly they're just trying their best because this probably sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
And they're all 16 and they don't care.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That,
That too.
But like, I was just kind of like really floored by her attitude.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, it's a Karen.
Yeah.
She's straight up a Karen. Like she expects the world to have everything figured out so that her life is convenient. And it's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, ma'am, if you wanted a queue system, you could have been the one to tell everybody to get in line.
Yeah,
Like-
why don't you start to line manage?
But
for
also,
everybody?
the funny part is that I ordered my popcorn before her because we were on registers next to each other. And I was watching her finish her transaction as I was standing there waiting for my popcorn.
Yeah.
But she got in line in front of me to get her popcorn. So she is the problem that she's complaining about.
Yeah.
I love it.
But it just made me really think about the lack of empathy that people have for like, look at the situation that's happening. This place is bonkers right now. The lines are to the doors.
Whoa.
Their popcorn machine just went out. They've got Barbie movie playing. They've got Oppenheimer playing.
Yep.
They've got The Haunted Mansion playing. Like, there's so many good movies right now. This place is bonkers. And you're going to sit here and complain that one person got their popcorn before you?
Yeah.
The
That is
only-
entitled.
Yeah, that's entitlement. The only way I would be upset about that is if, like, there was so many people that they ran out of popcorn and I had to wait even longer.
Sure.
But like,
yeah.
that would be the only way I would be like, yo, what's the deal here? Like, but even like, but at the end of the day, it's stuff like that to me that I'm like, lady, it's fucking popcorn.
Right.
Like,
What's crazy though is like Amanda has this gift where she could ask like, what the fuck is going on here? And they'd like tell her and she'd seem sweet. But some people are like, excuse me, where is my shit? Like before, it's almost like, Amanda, I've seen you do this before. Like when things aren't going well, you always like say a joke. Like let's say we're out at dinner and you don't have you didn't get your dip or something like that. And you've asked a couple times. Like I've seen you go, hey, so like, what's
hey,
going on with the dip?
Just checking.
Yeah. Or you'll say, yeah. I'm just checking. Was that dip on its way or something like that? Where it's like lighthearted.
Also, you do this thing where like you get really like low.
Yeah, Amanda like limbos, like
Like,
head tilt.
I do this
Yeah.
thing. I do this thing where it's like, hey, just I need you to just check.
Yeah, because if you tilt your head and like throw your hand forward,
I know I do.
it, like,
I know I
it's
do.
like we're in this together.
yeah,
dude,
you're like
right?
settling them down before
Yeah.
you start.
I just want to let you know we're in this together, and we're just having a little.
But I'm
quick
just saying,
conversation.
like,
Yeah,
you,
this is us. This is us together. We're figuring it out. Like,
non-judgmental. Like
No,
but
and it is.
Amanda,
the
yeah.
expectations are way down here.
that you're just showing where the bar is. Listen, yeah, you don't start up here. You're not
No.
like, hey, you're like, listen, we got a situation, but we're gonna take care of this together.
I think it's
what's- yeah.
I move, my whole body moves when I talk, right? So that's why, like, it's funny, especially like when I'll get a tattoo and I'll chit chat a little bit, but I don't talk much because I know I move around too fucking much. And so then once the tattoo's done or before the tattoo, I'm like a jibber jabber. And one of the guy once was like, I had no idea that you were so talkative. And I was like, yeah, it's because I'd fuck up the tattoo if I start talking too much, man. And then I'll start talking and then I'm all here. But
Yeah.
I think it's just because I don't know. I think that I've always worked customer service. That's all I've
Yeah.
ever done, even now. And so I think that I learned a long time ago that it's better to be nice. It's easier to be nice, and you get more if you're nice. You get usually what you want if you're nice.
Okay,
And-
so
yeah.
we talked about this on
We
another
have
episode
talked about this
once.
before, yeah.
What was that? Do you remember? Because we talked about customer service and just like having empathy
Yeah.
in general. But what's funny is that I recently just had a situation at Culver's where I did not get my burger. So basically, we got our food. I ordered it for the family. Everybody gets something. One burger for my wife, one burger for me. The kids both got chicken tendies, okay?
Okay.
I get home, I place all the food on the table, and Ash goes, Andy, did you not have a burger? And
Well,
I'm like,
hold
I
on a
sure
minute.
did.
I need to pause for a second. You committed a cardinal sin.
I didn't look at my food before I left.
You did not check your bag. I
Which is-
don't give
it's
a
terrible.
fuck. I sit right there with that person at the
terrible.
window, and I'm like, burger,
now,
burger.
now he will.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Taco Bell is already on our list.
Yes.
If you go to Taco Bell, you best be checking your bag because they will not give you your food.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's funny though is, so Ash goes, Andy, did you not get a burger? And I was like, I sure did.
From the South.
You are from the South.
Did y'all
You
not
are.
get a burger up in here?
Yeah, she's like, Andy, you not get a burger? And I'm like, I sure damn
Oh,
did get a
bless
burger.
your heart.
And she goes,
I'll pray
there's
for
only
you.
one burger here, and they already messed my order up. I asked for no onions and tomatoes, and they gave me no tomatoes and onions. And I was like, give me the receipt now. And so
Ooh, dad
she's like,
move.
she goes, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to get my burger. I want my effing burger. So I get there and I pull up and I'm irritated, but I'm just irritated because it's like, I'm coming home to cold fries now. And like,
Well, it's just irritating
my
because you're like,
drink-
now I have to fucking go back.
well, yeah, because it's, literally it takes about 15 minutes to get there, 15 minutes back. So it's a half an hour to
Yeah.
like go take care of the situation. So anyway, I get there and I pull up to the order speaker and she's like, what would you like? And I go, my food that I ordered already.
Oh my
She
God.
And she goes, what do you mean? And I go, I have missing food that was not on a receipt or sorry, I have a receipt and I didn't get some food. And then she said something along the lines of like, pull up and we'll take care of that for you. And I was like, okay. And then I said something, dude, I don't know what came over me. Normally I'm super nice, but I was like,
Well, I think she said, like, did you just order it?
oh, that's what she said. Yeah. Did you just order it? And I go, oh, no. She said, did you call the store?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, no, I turned around and left my warm food at home so I could come pick this one up. And so immediately, like, she knows that my shit's cold. I'm annoyed. Like, I didn't get my burger. And so I get up to the front and she's like, we'll take care of you. They give me a number. I get up there And when I come up, the boy don't care. He just throws my food at me and he's like, here you go. But then he goes, I think this is for you too. And he hands me a voucher for 2 free meals and like a we're sorry. And I'm like, okay, Culver's. Like, I appreciate that.
And then the guilt starts to set in.
Yeah, and I didn't ask for anything. But I'll tell you what, in the South, like, they do want to make it right. And so, like, because if you were at Burger King, they'd be like, here is your new shitty burger. Get the F out of here.
Oh, no. Up here,
yeah.
They would be like, when did you order? Do
Yeah,
you have your receipt?
Yeah, prove it.
Where's the
prove
rest?
it.
Where's the rest of your food?
I need to take the entire order back so I can restart it.
Yeah, and
so
then
here's
you'd
the
be like-
juxtaposition.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, we ordered from Moe's Southwest Grill. So
Yeah.
like burritos, quesadillas, whatever. And I order it on the app, and then I go to pick it up. So when I get there, he grabs my bag and he checks the bag next to it. And he's like, oh, I just want to make sure that you didn't have 2 bags. And I said, cool, thanks. Like, I appreciate it. So I grab the bag and I leave and I go home. And when I get home, only my food is in that bag. Nothing for anybody else. So I jump back in the car and I drive all the way back to Moe's. And I walk in and he's like, I felt so bad. He's like, I saw it as soon as you left and I ran outside with the order to try to catch you and you're already gone. And I go,
Aww.
oh, that's okay. I am so sorry. I just go so fast.
I just go so fast.
I just go so fast.
So I'm apologizing
Yeah.
because he didn't give me my whole order.
Well, and I am the first one, as I've said in other podcasts, to tell Ashley, like, it's okay, calm down, like, we'll take care of it. We're going to be really nice to them. And I was just like, I want my fucking burger. Like, I was like, I was so hungry. It was a hot day. And then when you're just like, and now my family just gets to enjoy their meal while I'm back on the road to go pick up the food. And so that part sucks. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation. You are rightfully irritated.
It's one of those where you're like, I guess I'll go back out. Like, I guess I'll leave again. Like,
yep.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. And I think for me, like, in that situation, like, yeah, I'd be like, hey,
yeah, that's Amanda.
my order wasn't
Hey,
here.
You're like, something went missing.
No, I'm not that nice about it, but I'm usually just kind of like, hey, this was missing. And as long as like they're receptive, I'm like, cool, no worries. Like, thank you.
Well,
No big deal.
I'm
But-
naturally a sarcastic person. So like for me, it's easy to do that. I'm not mean.
No.
I'm not like angry Karen, but I definitely will make it known that I'm a little annoyed right now.
Well, truthfully, there are some times where, like, if I like did McDonald's and they forgot something, I'll just like pull back and I'll park and I'll just go in. But like, you know, a lot of times, like if I have Lincoln with me, I'm like, fuck no, am I going back in? Like, or am I going into McDonald's with my toddler so he can have a meltdown because we can't stay? Like,
oh, sure. Absolutely.
And
Yep.
the only time I can think recently that I've ever like been really frustrated is like I ordered Lincoln's birthday cake at Costco. So like back in May, and Costco has this like hope and a prayer ordering system where you fill out a piece of paper, you get zero confirmation, and
right.
you just hope that your shit's there. And honestly, until then, I'd never had a problem. But I ordered Lincoln's birthday cake, and the day before his birthday party, I go to pick it up. And it's not there, and I looked everywhere. I looked all around, and I didn't see it. And I knew for a fact that I did the order because, like, 2 weeks previous, my parents, like, happened to, like, be entering Costco as we were. And so we all just did Costco together. And so Lincoln was specifically telling me what colors of balloons he wanted on his fucking cake. So it was one of those things where I was like, I know I did it. So I have to wait to talk to somebody. And I said, hey, is there a different place that the cakes are? Because, you know, sometimes they get too many and they go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I said, hey, is there a secondary place for the cakes? And she goes, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I ordered a cake that's supposed to be picked up today. I don't see it. Is there anywhere else? Like, me just trying to be like, I ordered it, you know?
Yeah, that's nice Amanda right there.
And
like,
so she goes, I said, yeah, okay, so I ordered a cake and it should be here. And her first thing, well, are you sure you ordered it?
Oh, I would have lost it. I would have lost it.
And
No, I'm making it up.
Yeah, I
Well,
wrote it down on the back of the fucking napkins you guys provide us to throw into a slot and hope for the
yeah,
best.
and so it was like,
Throw a Hail Mary.
and at this point, I'm already just stressed. Just,
Yeah, of
trying to
course.
get everything ready for my kid's birthday party tomorrow. And he's in the cart, with me. So I'm already at Costco with a toddler. It's fucking busy.
It's like say no more. Yeah.
Yes, and
Right.
the last thing I need to grab is my cake, and they don't fucking have it. And yeah, are you sure you ordered it? I was just like, yep. Like, yes. And then she goes, well, are you sure you ordered it for this Costco?
Oh God.
Yes. Like,
You know
yep.
what sucks is she has to ask those questions because how many people
It's
have
Right.
Yes.
through a big shit fit and then realize they ordered from
It's
the
like,
wrong spot.
is it plugged in?
No, literally. And
Yeah.
so I wasn't
Yeah.
upset that she's asking me these questions, but it was
Sure.
more like, ma'am, don't take your attitude out on me. Like,
Don't patronize me right
don't.
now.
Yeah. And it's like, I also want to be like, ma'am, I am middle-aged white lady and I live in
Middle-aged
like
white
I
lady.
live in a middle-class area. I know Costco for like the back of my hand. This is my favorite store.
Look
Like,
at me.
I know
I enjoy Costco.
Literally,
I enjoy
ma'am.
Costco.
Look
This is
at
not
me.
my first rodeo with Costco cakes, lady.
I have
No.
tried every sample in here today. Don't even play.
My last name is Kirkland. No, so it's just like me and this lady going about her. Are you sure you ordered it? Uh-huh. You order it here? Uh-huh. Like, and so at this point I was like, and I just said, are you able to maybe look at tomorrow's orders? Maybe I made a mistake, put it in my calendar wrong. Try. Maybe is it there? And she goes like, I mean, I guess. And she like goes and looks at the orders for tomorrow, and she goes, it's not in here. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm
How
like,
do we resolve now? You
Well,
should be the one saying,
So
ma'am,
it's like-
we're going to take care of it. Yeah.
well, and I'm not expecting anyone to go above and beyond for me, right? Like,
sure.
But
sure.
I'm just kind of like, I ordered a cake. There's no cake. What do we do now? Like, what do we do?
The cake is a lie.
Like, and it was like, I literally was in my mind. I'm like, but what do I do? What do I do? But what do I do? Like, and so
I have a cake situation
Like,
happening right now.
what do I do? And so, I remember I was just like really frustrated, and I was like, I could feel it. Like I could feel,
Yeah, it's
I
like
could
coming
feel
up.
it coming.
The lump in your
And-
throat, you're like, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. And so I was like, I felt it bubbling up inside of me. And I was just like, okay, I ordered a cake. Something happened. I have no cake. And I said, can I just buy a plain cake? Like, cause at this point I'm like, fuck it. I'll decorate it myself. Like,
Sure.
I'm confident enough to at least write happy birthday and like throw some of his toys on there. But cause they didn't have any of the big sheet cakes just for sale. And so I'm like, okay, well, can I just buy a cake then? And like, I really was not happy. I'm sure she could feel it that I was just like, can I just buy a cake then? Like, and so she was like, well, if you can give me like 35 or 40 minutes, I can do the design. Cause she had asked like, what did it say? And I said, it literally just had balloons and said, happy birthday, Lincoln. And she was like, yeah, if you can give me 30 or 40 minutes, I can like do another cake. And I'm like, so you'll decorate his cake? And she's like, yeah. And I'm just like,
What's funny is it's like, why didn't you offer that when you saw that I was freaking the F out?
well, and it's like, I'm a natural problem solver. So I want to offer a solution. Other
Right.
people
Right.
obviously don't operate like that. That's
Right.
okay.
She
But-
just wanted to get you off her back.
Yes, but ma'am, when I'm sitting here looking in your face, telling you I ordered the cake, and of course, there's no receipt system.
No.
There's no thing
We
to
did it once
prove.
before, and you have to just hope for the best. Yeah.
There's yes, and there's nothing to prove. Like I fucking ordered this, and so yeah, it was just like okay, and so at this point, I literally was just gonna have her give me a blank cake, but then she was like, I think she could at least tell that I was about to fucking lose it, and she was like, She was like, I mean, I guess I can decorate. And I was just like, that'd be great. Like, and I said, do you want me to write it all down? Like, do you want me to? But then Lincoln started he got all pissed off because in Costco, these aren't the balloons that I wanted.
You little turd.
And I was just like, you're going to eat the fucking cake. Like, and I was just like, it doesn't matter. Like,
you're like, he's
doesn't
not supposed to
matter.
have a cake smash. And Amanda's just like,
Seriously. Ma'am,
Okay.
can I get a second cake to slam in my kid's face?
Right?
Fuck.
Okay. Scenario number 2 or situation number 2 that happened in the movie theater. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So-
you had a movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Shit.
So Cam and I are watching the movie. We're about 30 minutes in.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, keep in mind, we're watching The Haunted Mansion, okay? This is a movie about ghosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the movie, she goes, I caught wind, and then the lights flickered, and the movie went out, and the lights all came on, and then the movie was done. And so we're all just sitting there like, is there a ghost?
Is this
Is this part of the
what-
movie?
is this
part
a
of the movie?
4D experience?
Right? So everyone's like looking around like, we have no idea what happened. And then a couple minutes later, someone comes in and they look at the screen like, oh, crap. So
Is that when you texted me? Is it storming outside
yeah,
right now? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So a guy came in and said like the power went out momentarily and it like shut down the movie. So they have to get everything up and running again.
Yeah.
Okay. So a few minutes later, a guy comes in and he says, okay, I want to let you guys know, like, you can either wait for the movie to come back on, or you can go out to customer service and get a refund and then come back and watch it another day. Keep in mind that the power goes out for the entire theater.
Right.
So every single movie
Has Pissy
has
McPissersons.
to get restarted. And they
Right.
had to offer that to everybody.
Wow.
So knowing that the customer service line is going to be down the hallway,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Go to the bathroom.
Do you wait for them to get it up and running?
I would
Not
just
knowing
because,
how long it's going to take?
Yeah, I would. Only because I hate being invested in a movie and then not being able to finish it. So, I mean, if it was going to be like 2 hours before it started, then no. I just walk away.
How do you know?
I mean, you would know because you would approach 1 hour and be like, something's wrong.
Wait, so how long do you wait?
Probably 20 minutes.
And then you go get in line for...
No.
You just leave.
I'm not the type of person that would go, I want my refund right now. Or I would go ask for my refund later. Like in the evening, or be like, I was here when that movie went out. The line went out the freaking door. I was not.
Do you have proof, sir?
And I'm like, yeah, I bought it. This was the movie that didn't work.
I think what I would do is, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that I'm the person who would holler out, like, roughly how long do you think it would take?
Yeah, right.
You
Well,
know,
and I think somebody did ask, and they were like, we honestly don't know. We like it has to just
reboot.
go through its process of rebooting, so we honestly don't know how long it'll take.
As
Right.
long as I didn't have anything I needed to do, like right after the movie, I think I would probably give it 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then if I saw nothing happening, heard no one up in the thing above, I think I might then be like, all right, I'm out. And then
Yeah.
I think it would really just depend on my mood at that point of if I even wanted to bother with the ticket.
If
But
I
I think-
saw the line like 100 people deep, I'd be like, nope, goodbye, $20 or whatever
Right.
it was.
And I
Yeah.
think for me, like being in the position we have now where we have like the Regal pass,
Yeah.
I would be like, here's what it is. I'll just come
oh,
see it in a
that's
couple
whole other
days.
story. Yeah.
But
Sure.
if I had paid for that ticket, I gotta, dude, I gotta be honest. Like, if I had paid for those 2 tickets, that's $20-something dollars. I might have wanted to get in the line, but then if I saw that it was crazy long, I'd be like, nope.
right.
I mean, you kind of have to ask yourself, like, is your time worth more than $20? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is my time and my stress and the frustration of it all, is it really worth that $16.95 or whatever a freaking movie ticket is now? Is it worth it? And most of the time, the answer is going to be no. Like, just go on. You'll survive.
Life
does it
will
suck?
go on.
It is
Well-
what it is. And I think most of the time, I will be irritated, but I'll leave and I'll get over it.
So furthermore, so Cam and I ended up staying, and I think it took 15 to maybe 20 minutes
Yeah.
for them to get
Yeah.
it going again. So they get it going and they skip past all the previews, and then it gets to the beginning of the movie and they just start letting it play from the beginning of the movie. So I'm looking at my watch and I'm like, okay.
How long were you guys in it?
We only got about 30 minutes in before it happened.
Okay.
Right? But then at some point they decided to skip ahead, which everyone was happy about, right? Because we're like, oh, we have to watch it from the beginning. So they start skipping it ahead, and they get to a certain point, and everyone screams, "Okay, stop! That's good!" And it keeps going
too far.
Oh no,
way too far. And so then it starts playing, and we're like, we don't even know who these people
Everyone's
are.
like, no,
we don't know what's happening.
Too
And I'm
far.
like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm trying to enjoy this, but I literally have no clue what the plot is right now.
Yeah, that sucks.
And so I'm like, I don't want to be like a miser, but like I am not gonna enjoy the rest of this movie, and that sucks. Like I'm thinking, like, do I need to come see it again? Like, So then they rewind it, but then they rewind it way too far, so then we had to rewatch it.
Oh, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like
over it.
That shit drives me crazy. Like my dad used to do that shit when we were kids. He would record shit on a VHS, like up from the TV, and he would like needle the controller to be like commercial play, and then like
go too far.
But
and then he'd rewind. Like can't handle it.
Here are my thoughts. The employees aren't sitting there watching the movie.
Sure.
They don't know where we stopped.
Right.
No.
Right? So it's anyone's guess where it actually needs to and
it's a brand new movie, so maybe they hadn't seen it or whatever.
Yeah, it had just come out.
Right. It's like it was right when the table started floating, and he's like,
right.
I don't know when
that is.
That. Yeah.
But then also, like, I don't know what their equipment is like and how easy it is to like stop on a dime. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, because it's digital now. It's not film, so it's not like you're having to reel it back slowly. So I think that
but
it's
I wonder if it's like
now,
they hit the play button, but it like it takes a bit to catch it. I don't know.
Depending
so anyway,
on how fast.
I have empathy for them, but whatever. So anyway, it all ended fine, but I was just like we went out to use the restroom and the line was just crazy to
and
go
I
to
bet
customer
people were
service.
just mad.
Yeah.
They're probably just mad.
Well, and especially when they just waited the concession line for 30 minutes and then had to wait an extra 15 minutes for their popcorn.
Dude, that was everybody's like worst movie experience that other day.
Yeah. It was chaos. So
that would be frustrating overall. And unfortunately, we all know that there was probably a couple people who were real assholes to those kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Screaming about shit. And that's when you're like, the fucking power outage isn't my fault. Like,
right.
But there are going to be people who act like it is.
Excuse me. Can I talk to the manager? The popcorn was burnt. The movie went out. You rewound it too far. You fast forwarded too far. Like, it took way too long. And when I needed a refund, that line took an hour too. So I expect compensation for my life.
There are going to be people suffering. There are going to be people who are like, I don't want just one movie ticket. I want two. I want a gift card. Or my favorite, I wish I could be the kind of person who could respond like this, but my favorite are the people who are like, I'm never coming back. You just lost my business. I'm never coming back here. Great. That's when you want to be like, great. I hope you don't.
What's funny though is this is all stuff that's like, these aren't wants. These aren't needs. These are wants, right? Going to a movie theater, experiencing something fun. Like, this is all stuff that like, this was a recreational activity that you were doing.
Right. Like,
can you imagine?
You don't need your popcorn and you agreed to wait for it.
Right. This isn't like you're going in for a heart transplant and he's just like, hey, listen, I'm sorry. Some of the tools, like, they're a little rigid right now because our sharpener wasn't okay. And then when we put your heart in and then put it back, we skipped a couple beats. So you died and your brain doesn't work for a couple minutes. Is that okay? Like, that's like, people don't put stuff into perspective very often.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times they're like, my life is ruined. And you're like, it was a movie about Barbie. You're okay. Like, you're not dying.
It reminds me, the people
you were going to come back and see it again anyway.
Yeah. The people who get mad about that kind of stuff, like the stupid shit, are the people who like, are the same people who used to get mad at Blockbuster when the debit machine would go down.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
yep, absolutely.
I have zero control over this.
Or they were mad that the rental wasn't available. Like, they were like, you're supposed to have enough new releases
Can
for
you
everyone.
check the Dropbox?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
remember.
even check it? Have you even been checking it?
I
It's
just heard
like
a movie
four-
drop.
Was that
Which
it?
one was it?
That lady that like won't leave you alone, and you can hear her behind you breathing,
God.
waiting for the Dropbox, and of course their dumb little son is there or husband, and she's like, Charlie, I just heard 2 fall into the box.
That was the lady waiting for popcorn. I'm not kidding you.
Oh my God.
Okay, so scenario number 3.
Oh no, this
So-
wasn't done.
Is this still the movie theater?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh,
So the movie starts going, and there's a couple in front of us, and they're very like they're too active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're very like cuddly and smoochy and like on their.
you're just like, get a room.
So
that,
the guy during the break while we were waiting for the movie to restart, he goes out and he's like, hey, with his group, he's like, hey, you guys need anything? I'm gonna go, blah blah blah. Like makes it a big to do, and like finally comes back sometime after the movie starts again, and then the entire time he was on Facebook.
The whole movie?
Guy?
Probably in his 40s.
40s, just rocking the Facebook during the movie.
Wait, so
And
the whole
he's right
movie.
in front of me. So the bright ass light of his phone is right in my view. I literally am like crossing my legs just to like hold it up high enough to block the view of the bright light.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, first of all, that's annoying. They have rules saying stay off your damn phone.
Follow the
Yes.
rule.
And why are you on Facebook? You're here to watch a movie.
And why choose Facebook as your platform?
And why Facebook? Facebook
Well-
is dead. He's literally like scrolling pictures. He's like zooming in on like there was a guy who on his Facebook who posted a picture of him with a bird, and he like clicks on the picture and like zooms into the bird and like scrolls around.
And you're
I'm just
like, did you? Apparently, he did not like Haunted Mansion.
apparently he didn't care to be there.
Honestly, probably Facebook because TikTok and Instagram has videos, so he wouldn't have been able to watch them. But
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
but
But
like
he's also like screenshotting things and like sending people text messages and like showing the girl he's with, and I'm just like, why are you here?
Yeah, why did you waste your
That's-
money to watch a movie?
that's so
Yeah.
fucking rude. That is so fucking rude.
Right?
I hate that. Like, and to me, it's like, listen, if you're gonna be on your fucking phone, turn your brightness down. Because like Chris sometimes will get notifications for work and he'll like check them in his pocket.
Yeah.
And I don't love that, but like whatever. But I told him, I'm like, listen, if you're gonna be that fucking guy that pulls out his phone at the movies, can you at least turn the brightness all the way down? And so honestly, you don't really notice it that bad when the brightness is all the way down, but it's still just like, get off your fucking phone. Get off your fucking
He's literally
phone.
like, I see him on like IMDb. He's looking up like
The actors.
how old Jamie
immediately-
Lee Curtis is and what movies Rosario Dawson's
Oh
been
my
in.
God.
That guy has massively undiagnosed ADHD. I get
You know what? That's what I thought too, because when during the break before they told us we'd go get a refund, there were some people that like stood up and they started to like get their purse on and coat and stuff, and like some people got up to get food or whatever. Maybe they didn't want to leave their stuff there, but
Yeah.
he turns around and looks at me and he goes, "Are they leaving?
And you're like, why do you give a shit?
Why do you care? And how would I know?"
Right.
Ash
Like-
is like, well, actually, I just talked to them outside, and I know exactly
But
what time
legit,
I have
everyone's
the
no
guy
leaving.
was
fucking
so
clue.
distracting. Like everything he did was so distracting.
Okay, funny. Wait, can I talk about this? Amanda,
No.
if you no, this is silly, and you're gonna laugh
Why do you
because
need
you know.
permission?
I don't need nothing from you. So Amanda, you know me, right? I've always been the person that it's like, I stay until the credits are done. I'm quiet during the movie. I hold that pee all the way through. Okay?
I know what he's talking about now.
Right. We're at Indiana Jones.
'Kay.
Okay. I have not been out to the movie. I feel like I was a caged animal for like 6 months or something. And Ash and I finally get a date together.
Yeah.
And we go see Indiana Jones. And all of a sudden I turn into a different person. I would not stop talking during the fucking movie. Like I'm next to Ashley and I'm like, isn't it weird how Harrison Ford looks like this? Oh my God, that CGI is incredible. Whoa, did you see that part? I wonder how long he's going to be young for. Do you think? And she looks at me, she goes, will you shut up? Will you shut up?
You know
And
who
I'm
does
like,
that? You know who does that shit?
Who?
Who do you think?
Oh,
It ain't me.
Yeah. No, Chris was probably like that too. But what's funny, I've always been the person who's like, please stop talking. And I
You're like,
stop myself.
It's like, kindly shut the fuck up.
Well, and I
just
said it to
shut the fuck up.
myself. I turned to Ashley and I go, I can't stop talking right now. And I don't know what's wrong with me. Because I was like, I'm in someone else's body right now because I never am like this. But I was just like, Ash and I don't go on a lot of dates now that we moved out to South Carolina because we don't have childcare. And
You're just so
the,
happy.
Yeah, when we went out, I was just like giddy and excited about stuff. And Ash was like, would you shut your mouth right now and let me watch the damn movie?
It was also like a midday, midweek
Yeah.
movie, so you probably just had the impression that we were in an empty theater.
It was just really funny. It was just a juxtaposition. But man, it sounds like theater nightmares for you when you went and saw Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, it was
Like,
pretty. It was pretty crazy.
that's
Like, what
a
is
rough
happening? Is it
go.
a full moon?
Oh man, I couldn't. I would have definitely left. After
yeah, honestly, that whole situation sounds awful because you're like, no, we're gonna stick it out. It'll be fine. Popcorn's fine. And then you're like, we're here. We waited for the popcorn. We might as well wait for the movie. But now it's probably been an hour extra added on to your time total. And then the movie finally starts. You got your fresh popcorn, and this motherfucker won't get off his phone. That's when I would like accidentally kick the seat a couple times. Like, I'm so sorry.
Pardon me.
I really wanted to, because I'll be honest, like the popcorn thing, fine. Like I'm patient. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like the whole waiting for the movie to start again. It is what it is. It's not something they had any control over.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
But the freaking phone bright in my eye was the most aggravating thing of the whole night.
Well, I've always hated people that
It's because it's
talk,
inconsiderate.
like openly talk, like not whisper, but talk, like as if they're having a freaking conversation. I've hated you got kids that kick your seat like in the back. And that happened to me once, I remember at theater, and I was just like, I'm one of those people that for the first 15 minutes as it's happening, I'm like, like making these noises if they'll stop. And then finally I have to
do the whip around?
Yeah, do a whip around and you stare at them. You just look at them. And then finally you're like, would you please stop kicking my seat? And then the mom's like, Reggie, would you stop doing that? It's like, bitch, you've been right next to him. You've seen
Or they
his
act
foot
like-
what's happening.
planted on the back of my seat
You
the
can
entire
hear
time.
it.
Yeah, it's just like,
tap
wee,
of his
wee,
shoes
wee.
on the back.
Yeah, fuckers.
No,
Ridiculous.
I mean that's a problem. Like the problem with the guy on his phone is you're like, okay, because anymore you're like, okay, do I say something and he's an asshole,
Oh, sure.
or do I say something and I'm the asshole, or do I just say nothing and I have a terrible experience? And you're like, it's
Yeah,
like it
yep.
feels like a no-win scenario.
I personally opt for the terrible experience because I don't want to inconvenience anyone else.
No,
Yeah.
But I
same.
think it all depends on how you'd come across. Like if I was like, can you put that away? That would elicit a certain reaction.
Yeah.
But if I was like, hey, do you mind? That's really bright. Like it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
But
when you almost
that's
wish.
not me.
No, me either. I would have said nothing. I would have dealt with it. But that's when you almost wish like Cam had been like, Mommy, his phone's really bright.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. That's when you whisper, you say this out loud, really like
Yeah.
uncomfortably.
And then
because then she wouldn't hear me and she'd be like, Mom, why do you want me to say that this guy's phone is too bright?
Mom, why do
Yeah.
you want me to say Facebook is old as fuck and why is he on it?
yeah, it would be, Mom, what do you want? What's wrong with his phone?
Wait, that guy in front of us, the one right there?
With the hat,
God,
you're like, shut up. Stop it. Stop it.
seriously.
Well, Ash, I'm sorry about your theater nightmare experiences. I can
I mean-
only imagine that we would not have dealt with it as well as you did.
I mean, the
So-
movie was decent, so
Yeah.
there's
That was my question. Like, well, was the movie good at least?
I thought it was good. Honestly, number one, I think that for a Disney movie, it was surprisingly not woke.
Oh,
That's-
okay. Okay. Yeah, I know
That
that's
was my
kind of-
takeaway. But
they've lost a lot of money recently,
but personally,
so that's interesting.
I never saw the first one with the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion, so I didn't have anything to compare that to.
Right.
But I did recall the ride from Disneyland,
Oh,
so I
sure.
kind of had that to go off of, which they did make nods to. But I thought it was.
I was
going to
say the trailer made it look very entertaining. So I still want to see it.
I think you should.
Yeah.
It looks fun. I definitely want to see it. So
Yeah.
Amanda, final thoughts on this episode?
fuck rude people at the movie theater.
Yeah.
I agree with her. Yeah. Just wait for it to come out on video and then be as loud as you want in your own house.
Honestly,
Go on a Thursday or Wednesday night or something.
or like be
Don't
a baller
go on Saturday night.
Honestly, accurate. Like if you
Yeah.
want the movie theater experience where it's more relaxed, more chill, go on a weekday evening.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
a lot of movie theaters have like a half price night because that's their lowest attendance night. So like go on
Right.
that fucking night. Or I used to tell people, I'd be like, you want an awesome movie theater experience? Go during a football game. Like go
Oh, sure.
during
Yeah.
a sporting
Yeah.
event.
That's fair. Yeah.
And you know, it's like if you want, honestly, anymore, movies are available like video on demand. You could rent the movie like in a fucking month.
Yeah,
So,
it's normally like a couple weeks later.
honestly, for the same price that you'd go see a movie, you can watch it at home. You can talk all you fucking want.
and you can buy yourself a box of Orville Redenbacher.
I mean, honestly,
Freshly
or you
popped,
could
not
order
burnt.
a fucking pizza. Like, I mean,
yeah.
that's me. It's like there's certain movies that anymore I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely want to see that like on the big screen. But then there's other movies where I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that at home. Like the Barbie
Yeah.
movie, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
I'll watch it at home. Like,
Sure.
and then Oppenheimer, I fully intend to watch it. I know it would probably be better on the big screen, but I know I cannot sit through a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch it at home.
See, Oppenheimer is one that I'm absolutely going to watch IMAX in the theater
Yeah.
because Christopher Nolan made this movie this way specifically so that you could experience it. So, I mean, we talked about The Roll, right, on another episode. So,
Yeah.
this giant Oppenheimer freaking IMAX 2x3.5 or some shit. It's a huge theatrical screen. So, Amanda, if people want to tell us their theater horror stories or even customer service, where can they do it at?
Come check out our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast. Come hang out with us over there. You can slide into our DMs or you can comment on the actual episode post and let us know your movie theater nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can comment on our TikTok.
Oh, yeah, we have
I
TikTok
forget
now.
we have TikTok.
We have Tickety Tockety.
Yes.
Check
It's
out
just-
our Facebook.
It's pictures
Where
of
we post-
birds.
Check out my various pictures of birds.
Is the TikTok's at Real Awkward Podcast as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
God, it's so good. Okay, we'll talk to you another time, sweet Susies.
Wow. All right.
He has regrets.
Yep.
I'm shut.
He
I'm
has.
shutting it off.
He lives with regret.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Hello, Real Awkward listeners. The Real Awkward podcast turns 3 this year. That's right, 3 years of fun, entertaining content for you guys, and we cannot do it without listeners like you. If you guys want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast. For $3 a month, that gets you access to exclusive shows, merchandise, and name shoutouts on the show. We also will take your suggestions for show topics. Thank you so much for 3 years, and we look forward to many more.